Welcome to Shom Machshav on the Daf Shir sponsor Lui Nishmas Am Yakashom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding Basra Daf Hey. The Gemara Amud Aleph brings the story that Runyo bought a field next door to Ravino. Ravino had a taina of Bar Metzra. Bar Metzra means that if I have a field right next door to my own field, I have a taina. I want to have that field. I want to be the one purchasing the field. So told Rav Safra to Ravino, he told him, Arbo letzolo, arbo letzalolo. There's several explanations of the Rishonim. What does this sentence mean? Rashi brings 3 explanations, Tosfos brings another 2 explanations, and there's other pirushim in the Rishonim. We'll focus here on the pirush of the Rimigash and the Yad Ramah. And they both say that this sentence is a Mussar sentence. The Rav Safra told Ravino. And the Mussar sentence is as follows. What does tzolo and tzalolo mean? So according to the Rimigash and the Yad Ramah, tzolo means the worker. The hired person, the laborer, the one who does the work on the leather. The tzalolo means the balabais, the owner. The businessman that owns the hides. In other words, the tzolo is the poor man. He's a person that doesn't really own any nechosim, any properties, any assets. The tzalala is the rich balabos, the one who has a lot. What is arbo letzalo, arbo letzalolo? What is the arbo? Arbo refers to the arba amois that a person has when he's buried, when he dies. And Rav Safra is telling Ravina Mussar Haskel. He says, a person who's rich, he wants to get more and more properties. But once a person dies, what does he take with him to Olam HaEmes? A rich person who dies doesn't take anything from his properties to Olam HaEmes. What a person has when he dies is only his arba amos of kvuro, only the 4 amas that he's buried in. And then in time of miso, there's no difference between a rich person or a poor person. And in time of death, the rich and poor are equal. They both have the arba amas of kvuro. So if Safra is telling Ravino, why do you need to acquire so many properties? You want to have so many assets? When a person dies, he doesn't take anything with him. When a person dies, he doesn't take with him only his Torah and mitzvahs and maisim tovim. He doesn't take the assets with him. So tells Rav Safra to Ravino, let Runyo, who's the poor person, have some assets. You don't need that many assets. It won't be no enough camino in the end of life if you have another property, you don't have another property, let Runyo take it. That Rama adds, Lishitosa, he holds that this was not a requirement from Ravino, but a lifnim mishur asadin. So he told, Rav Safra is telling Ravino, go lifnim mishur asadin, give up on the purchase of the asset. You don't need it when you die, and let Runya take it. But if Ravino would insist and say, no, I want to take it, so Ravino could force the issue, take the karka for himself, because this is only a din of lefim mishur asadin. And 2 additional points to add to this Mussar Haskel brought down in our Gemara. One is the Chidah in the Sefer Yosef Tehillos on the pasuk in Tehillim that says, Al tiro ki asher ish ki lo b'moisi yikach hakoil. Says the Chidah with a Gevaldik mashal. A mashal which is based on the Pirkei de Rabbi Elazar. And the mashal is when a person is called in front of a king for a judgment, and he has 3 friends. And he asks the friends, please come help me out. Please be meilitz toiv on me in front of the king. One friend says, I'm not leaving the house. You go on your own. I don't go in front of the king. He's not really a friend anymore. The second friend says, okay, I'll take you, I'll walk you until the entrance to the king's palace. But not more than that. And the third friend goes with him as meilitz toiv in front of the melech. The nimshal is that there's 3 things a person loves in his life. His money, his family, and his maisim tovim, his good deeds. When a person dies, the money stays home. It doesn't go with him at all. There's nothing that the moment helps him when it comes to the time of death. The mishpacha, the family, they walk the person to the kever. They are the ones that are in the lavayo, they're in the time of the shiva. They take the person, they milave him until they enter into the king's palace. But the only thing who comes in front of the king is the Torah maisim tovim. And after this, the Pshat and the Sugyo, the Rav Safra tells Ravino, It's better for you to do maisim toivim and let Runya take the field than purchasing it, because the more mom and more assets won't help you, but Lifnim Rishah Sadin will come in front of the king. And we will conclude with Divya Kliyakar in Sefer Shmois regarding the mon. That the Kliyakar explains what's the pshat that the mon lasted only one day. Every day there was new mon coming down. And if you would leave mon for the next day, it would get spoiled. What's the message over here? Says the Kliyakar, this is the message what we learn now in the Sugya. The mammon, the assets, the property that person has, doesn't stay with him for the next world. It gets spoiled, it has no value. The mon was there for that day and that day only to tell you this is the mashal for the assets and the properties that a person has be'olam hazeh. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to Hotzagu, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.